This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. What up? This is DC Channel Guns coming at you another gun video. Appreciate you watching. Like, share, and subscribe. I want to appreciate all my subscribers. I want to appreciate all the good information. I appreciate y'all for coming to the video. I appreciate all the support for the channel. Appreciate everything that you're doing. So I appreciate that. So, I want to talk about real quickly. I'm not going to make this video too long. But, I want to talk about that, we've been seeing in the situation that we're in a huge spike in gun sales and stuff like that. Now, there are so many moving headlines and stuff out there. A lot of people's not talking about it. But one thing that I want everyone to notice is that, I've been talking about up here for a while. Everybody in the 2A been talking about this. And, your politicians, your gun grabbers been saying that, the more guns you have on the street, the more dangerous it is, the more crime and stuff it is. But, what you're not hearing in the mainstream media is that, right now I've been looking at a lot of articles, a lot of headlines and stuff that because right now a lot of people is going out to arm themselves, to protect themselves in the situation that we're dealing with, that, things could spill out into the streets and stuff, looting and all this stuff that can happen. But while we got that going on, gun crime is pretty much going down a lot of places. You still got crime, but what I'm saying is a lot of your gun crime has pretty much went down tremendously since a lot of people has been going up and arming themselves. That's pretty much different than what the gun grabbers been saying for years, that, the more guns you put in the streets, the more violence. And what we're seeing is a decrease in violence because a lot of people now arming themselves. You have a lot of people that is self-quarantine and stuff like that. You have state officials and stuff like that are telling people to stay home, self-quarantine. So you have more people home now. And, with more people home all the time, a lot of your, home robberies and stuff going down and stuff like that. They're not reporting that in the mainstream media. But I'm reporting it and I'm letting you know that, hey, that stuff has gone down. A lot of home invasion has went down. It's been steadily going down because a lot of people has now been arming themselves. And I've been saying for a long time, when you look at the map in this country and stuff, when you start to look at the cities and break it down, when you have communities and neighborhoods that are more armed versus communities that is not armed, communities that have more guns, owners and stuff like that is more armed, crime and violence tend to be lower. But when you look at communities that's not as well armed as some of the other communities, crime seems to be higher. So, that is foretelling what's going on. And your mainstream media, they're not going to point that out. But crime has gone down, with, in the wake of this crisis that we in this country, because you have a lot more people going and arming themselves and protecting themselves. So kind of want to put that out just to show you, people, when you got more people arming themselves to defend themselves and their family and everything, the criminals know now, a lot of people are armed and stuff. So, they're not going out and doing all this stuff because they know people are pretty much sitting back and armed and ready, ready to fight back. So, I just want to kind of put that out there and, got a little quick video.
Well, Celine, the longer people are asked to stay inside, the more police grow more concerned over the rise in certain crimes. And like you mentioned, that one business is really cashing in on this pandemic, and they're really trying to help families keep their loved ones safe.
It's been busier than it should be for a spring week.
Business is booming at Perro's gun shop in Waterbury. Owner Henry Perro believes fear is a big motivator in sales.
People are worried that if whole society shuts down and people have to self-isolate for long periods of time, that the people who can't afford the food and necessities of life may come looking for theirs.
And the longer people self-isolate may cause crime rates to jump.
So we certainly have thought about every kind of situation that might arise from something like this.
Burlington Police Deputy Chief John Murad says the number of calls for service has dropped this past week. And to keep officers healthy, the main lobby is closed to the public, and they may even initially respond to some calls over the phone or even virtually.
but in no cases are we going to fail to respond to instances in which people's safety is at stake.
While the crime rate right now is low, Deputy Chief Murad says he's concerned about an uptick in domestic violence and child abuse.
We're going to be looking for that. We're going to be watching for that.
He's urging neighbors to call police if they notice anything unusual, and says that although some calls for service may decrease, others might increase.
We'll certainly be on the lookout to make sure that our businesses and our homes are still safe and secure.
And at this point, Burlington police say they really haven't seen any sort of uptick in crimes.
This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.